Hey guys, welcome to a quick guide on how to use the replay kit for Warcraft 3. Now the Warcraft 3 replay kit is a handy little tool that you can pick up at WTiiReplays.com, which will be in the link described below. And what this does is it allows you to switch your versions back to 1.26 or particularly any version that you can switch back to, even the original Warcraft 3 1.00. But if you go that far back, you need the actual original Reign of Chaos CD, I believe. It's all described and detailed over here on this post. So what you are going to do is you're going to click on the link for the replay kit. It's going to take you over to this page. You're then going to click on Wiki with a bunch of information. That's going to take you over to here. And this again gives you a plethora of information on how to use the tool, extra tips to get the most out of it, but really all you're after is clicking on the installation guide under the basic guides. Now this is going to tell you to download the replay kit patch, put both of them in your Warcraft 3 folder and then run the replay kit exe. So that's exactly what we're going to go and do. So I'm going to download both of these, and when they're both downloaded, I'm then going to move them into my Warcraft 3 folder. It's as simple as that. So I'm not actually going to download them because I actually have done it, and one of them takes 2 minutes to do so. So we're going to cut that a little bit by saying cancel, but you would click save file otherwise. And the same goes for this. You would download, save file, okay. Now let's just say we've done that. We're going to go over to our downloads. We're going to click on the folder. That's going to bring up these two here. This is what you've downloaded, Replay Kit and Replay Kit Patch. So you're going to move these over to your Warcraft 3 folder. In here. Going to locate them. Then what you're going to do is you're going to double click on replaykit.exe, providing that you're comfortable with the software and you're sure that it's not full of malware. I don't think it is. I've had no problems, but again, you be as protective as you want to be. So double clicking on this will basically install it. Make sure you've got both Replay Kit and Replay Kit Patch in the Warcraft 3 folder, and then you're going to install. Yes, this only takes a moment. That's what she said. And then when that is done, it says installation complete. So it says if you want to access it, then double click on the W3G files, which are these files here. These are your replay files. Now this will work for sure if you set it as your default. So if you haven't got it set up as your default, then go to open with, choose another app. Hopefully it will work. If it doesn't, then we'll try again. Open with, choose another app, cough cough, there we go, it worked, and then you would select Replay Kit and always use this. Now I've done that for the purposes of this, but I have other tools that I sometimes use as my main double clicker. So we're going to just stop that for a second. Now let's have a look at the options. Replay Kit version 1.25 is up here. Now this is going to show you the following options. I'm just going to quickly go over them. Chat. You can either show all the chat. This is the chat that goes on inside of the game from the observers, whether they're observing to, or rather whether they're chatting to everyone. That's when they become a referee and they can mouth off during a game whilst they're observing, or just the observer chat only. So if you wanted to see what those buggers were saying about you behind your back whilst you were playing the game, you can do that here. Hide chat to all, or hide chat completely. And then again, we move on to colors. Now colors, you have your original colors, so this is how the game was played. High contrast colors is red versus yellow. So this makes it easier to distinguish the battles, or it's really good for, you know, watching a replay. And if you say, for example, you're watching Orc versus Orc Mirror, whose Blade Master is whose? Well, it's pretty easy to tell when one player is red and the other player is yellow, so that's what high contrast colors is, and I'd highly suggest you use that if you just want to watch for your own pleasure. Teams in same color, well, that's pretty straightforward. That's just picking both players, or rather all players on the whatever team they're on, and giving them all the same color. And then high contrast and teams in same colors is again red versus yellow. So I'll show you an example of that in a moment, but I won't do it just yet. Names, now this is the original names as they come up, or the rename unprintable players. So that's probably going to be like Asian text or something like that. You won't need to worry about this too much, but either pick whichever one works for you, really. Then you've got Warcraft, full screen or windowed mode. I'm going to pick windowed mode because that allows me to do other things in the background whilst I'm watching a replay, but this will simply load up Warcraft in full screen or windowed mode, Then replay kit, you can choose it to show you all notifications or just only warnings and errors. I just go with show all notifications. As for search boost, that's up to you whether you want to use that or not. It's not that necessary. I haven't used it. I've not had a problem, but it does speed up map detection according to this. Now, the current patch it detects is 1.27, which is what we are on. You can patch, however, to 1.26a or all the way down to 1.00, but good luck finding a replay for 1.00. And all you have to do is apply patch by clicking on apply patch, and boom, you can then access the replay from there. However, this is really handy because if you double click on any of these replays, for example, that you can see over here are from 1.26. Well, that's the old patch. If I double click on them, it will automatically detect that it's from patch 1.26a and then load that. So you don't have to manually come over here and go, oh, okay, I need to watch this replay. It's from 1.26. Click on this, apply patch, then click on this. Or if this one here was like 1.24, okay, I need to come over here. No, it does it automatically for you. So this is essentially your settings. Set up your settings. We're going to go with high contrast and teams in same colors because that's going to demonstrate the replay that I'm about to show to you. And I'm happy with these settings. So come out of replay kit. And now let's have a look at one of my old replays from December 2015, the Christmas Tower Island. And now if we double click on this, bear in mind that it doesn't work if you double click. All you have to do again is just go to open with, choose another app, and then manually select replay kit or find it. But this should work. So double clicking on this, it's going to load up replay kit. It's going to say player colors were adjusted because that's what we suggested in the options. Warcraft 3 gets patched now. This can take up to 15 seconds. It requires the patch 1.26a because that's where it's from. So it detects what patch the replay belongs to. I've clicked OK. It's now going to start loading it because it does it very quickly. And hey ho, you've got Filler Up and Lord Arthas. That's me and Pracky playing as Double Undead. This is a Tower Island where we decided to play as Double Undead, which is near impossible to pull off, but there you go. It did require 2 games to do it at least. And you can see I'm playing as Filler Up, yellow. Pracky is also playing as yellow. But originally, the game colours for us weren't yellow versus red. It was actually, I was teal, Pracky was red, and the enemy were green and blue. So this makes it much easier to tell the differences in the players and the colours. So you can play around with this in the options below how you want it. So if you want everyone on the same colour and the same team, then go nuts. And it makes it much easier to tell who's on whose side and what's going on. Now, people did mention in the other video that I did regarding the version switcher, the Let's Go's one, for switching back between 1.27 and 1.26 if you want to watch old replays or access War 3 Arena. Well, you can do that. One of the handy things that you just saw right here is when you come out of watching an old replay, it reverts automatically back to patch 1.27. So all you need to do is say, oh, I want to go to War 3 Arena. I want to play that. I'm currently on 1.27, but War 3 Arena doesn't like that currently because they run on 1.26. Now, this is telling me to update to the, ironically, to update to the latest version, 1.26, and then load this up. Well, maybe if I just double click on Replay Kit, load that up, patch to 1.26a, apply patch. Patching is successful. Now load up War 3 Arena. And it works this time. And I can join and get in there. Get stuck. So you can watch old replays. You can play on War 3 Arena. Essentially, it's very similar to the Switcher. Both work fine. It's your preference. Personally, I think the Switcher is actually quicker. People were saying that the Replay Kit is quicker and easier. But you can use both or either. It works either way for you. And again, I want to go back to Warcraft 3, so I'm going to recover patch 1.27a. Okay, the original patch is now loaded, so when I go into Frozen Throne, and I select that I want to play on Northrend, and I go to Battle.net, I'm not going to, update and have to download the latest patch. I can just log straight in and get going. So that is Replay Kit in a nutshell. It's very, very good. I would highly suggest you pick it up if you ever watch, replays, as it's in the name, because it's a great way to go over, old replays or pro 1 versus 1 games. And like I say, for those mirror match situations, put the contrast between the players. Maybe there's a really epic game that Grubby played, way back in 1.24. WTii or whatever it is, you know, or even 1.21. And you got that replay downloadable from a website, maybe WC Replays. Replaykit allows you to watch it and then choose what colors the players are going to be, whether you can see their original names, whether you want to watch in full screen window mode, all that kind of stuff. It's very easy to use, and I highly suggest you give it a go because it's definitely worthwhile. And again, you can just use it to switch between, you know, versions if you want to play on War 3 Arena or just watch old replays, or go back to the original Warcraft 3. It's another option out there. So it's great that people are putting out this kind of content out for Warcraft 3. So I want to give big props out there. And make sure you go support them and just say your thanks if you like over at the thread. And yeah, thumbs up the video if you want others to see this as well, because that also helps others come across this, and maybe it can help them too. So that's Replaykit, people, and hopefully this video has been helpful for you. I'm Woody, and I'll see you later.